Africans see African Americans as Africans. You're going to have people that say, oh, Africans don't see African Americans as Africans, they see us as foreigners. I've been to the African continent. I've lived on the African continent. I studied at the University of Johannesburg for an exchange program.
Guys, welcome back to my channel, Yano Show KE. Hope you're good, hope you're fine. So guys, I just want to say thank you for my new subscribers. Thank you for the people that have shown love on my channel. I'm for sure I could have not reached this far without you. Thank you for the returning subscribers. Thank you for everyone that you have shown love on my channel. And today I just want to talk about an interesting story here about there is this online war between Africans and African Americans. We've seen that Africans are considering this African American that as slaves, and they say that these Americans left their country to go and build another man's country. So there is Africans are now blaming the African Americans for the and calling them that they are slaves. And there is this that there's continue on online whereby we see that these two Africans but the name that the one that differs, we see that Africans are the one living in Africans and the African Americans are the one living in Americans. So I don't know what is your take on this. What is your view on Africans versus Americans and African Americans? So let us meet there in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share.
I'm African American. He is straight African. How do you see African Americans?
I see y'all as slaves.
And what makes us slaves?
Because you built a nation that controls you.
How does it control us? We got NBA, NFL, we running it.
They use you as dancers and entertainers.
But they paying us $100 million plus.
Yeah, but then they own the money.
So do Africans, how y'all see African Americans?
Huh?
How do Africans see African Americans?
We see y'all's honestly as, if you want the truth, we see y'all's as our heroes that have given up on themselves.
But I know a lot of Americans that see y'all, they be like African booty scratchers.
It's the persona that the white man has printed on you to dismiss your brother. Because you're going to divide me to conquer me with you.
But you divided us and said we are slaves.
Yeah.
But they got y'all too, ain't it?
No, they don't.
You wouldn't be like, I'm your brother, I'm lost though.
Because I could say tomorrow, if I'm done with this shit, I could go home. You can't go home. You stay here.
Africans are black and African Americans are brown. This is 100% wrong. Sorry, I have to be upfront. African and African Americans, the difference is not color. The difference is nationality. Keyword nation in the word nationality. What nation you are from depends whether or not you are African or African American. Those of African descent that were taken over to America for slavery, those are now African Americans. They are of African descent but have now been brought to America. Everyone's ancestors, including my own, of Nigerian heritage that were then transferred to America for slavery, and then they had kids, therefore bringing birth to me eventually. We are African American, because originally I'm Nigerian, but was then shipped to America as a product. More on that a different day. Africans, on the other hand, are of African descent and live in Africa, or were born and remained in Africa until they immigrated over. Now you may be thinking, well then why are some Africans darker than African Americans? Because people used to sexually assault slaves, therefore putting some white genetics in the African American population. Hope this helps.
I feel like a lot of Africans don't understand the African American experience. I never knew until I came here and started learning the history of what happened here. Like all the way from the end of slavery, Jim Crow laws, redlining, the civil rights movement, the pipeline from the school to prison pipeline.
The prison industrial complex.
Yeah, like all of this stuff. I don't think Africans have an idea of all these things that are put against African Americans to become successful. Like even the Africans that are brought here, we're brought and we're put into like nicer neighborhoods. They don't put us in Southside Chicago in like the worst neighborhoods where you literally have to get a gun to survive.
My family members in the US, when they go to the bank to take a loan, they will be given a loan. But when their African American friends go there, to take the same loan, they will deny them, from having a loan. when it also comes to jobs, for example, just to apply some jobs, my African family, with African passport, they will give them some jobs, and then the African Americans, they know they will not be able to have the same jobs. So God bless this brother here for explaining these things, to the Africans who thinks that they are in the United States and they are better than African Americans, because of their hard works, they are there. As he said, from the time of slavery all the way to the Jim Crow era in the United States, not only that, but even today, the way the system is built, you as an African with an African passport, the system will favor you than the African Americans. Because of why? The system knows that first, you are not American, and then not only that, but they can also put a pressure on you, just like at your workplace, to do certain things, even you don't want to. Why? Because you do not want to lose your green card, or you do not want to lose your job, which might just put you at the risk of deporting you back to your home country. I have seen a lot of Africans, on the internet talking about African Americans being lazy, being this, being that, if you think because of your hard work you are in the US, why don't you sit your ass in Africa, to work hard to get what you are having right now in the US? But no, because you can't make it in Africa because of the way our system back home here also is not enough jobs for people, not only jobs, but you, for example, who is from a minority family, let's start with, you will not have the chance, to be able to do something here, because it's not about what you know, it's about whom you know. The same system is in the United States put in place for the African Americans, So I want to see all of you black Americans, I want to see all of you black Africans, to work together, to know that we are all families, I am Africans. And then it hurts me a lot that by seeing Africans on the internet in the United States, trying to bully the African Americans, taking them as lazies, or taking them as they don't work. But this is what happens, if you do not learn your history, and not only that, you also think that white man is God, Trust me, so many of African people are brainwashed to believe in this, Sadly, we even have leaders right now in power who are working for the same people who are oppressing the African Americans in the United States. The same people, our own leaders in Africa, are also oppressing us. These people in the United States, these black Africans who thinks like this, they just think the same as some of our leaders here right now who are working with these Western powers to oppress the black peoples in general. So I said, it's time for you Africans, who thinks like this, to come on the table, to know that African Americans are our family members.
I just got off work and I've been waiting. See, all my African girls and boys, bring that ass on over here. Let me tell you something. Do not pay attention to this bullshit them Africans are saying. Baby, the real answer that you're getting out of this is why the slave trade happened in the first place. Let me tell you how it happened. And let me tell you how God worked. And how God is revealing a lot of answers that black Americans needed to hear. We needed to really hear this one. The reason why that slave trade was able to be so successful in capturing, raping, killing, and shipping Africans from Africa to America in the transatlantic slave trade is because they had people just like this. See, I am convinced that Africa is the mainland for all the Uncle Toms. Yeah, I said it. All the Uncle Toms are in Africa and their descendants. They've passed down this mindset that they've had centuries ago. They probably was sitting back on some, you know what? We can thrive as a country if we sell some of the people we don't fuck with. Now let me tell you about a fuck nigga. You can be a king or a queen, and a peasant in a motherfucking tribe or clan can want to be a king. And say, you know what? King so-and-so, his family been ruling for so long. Guess what? These white people, they're over here, they're saying that we can have riches and shit. Man, let's give up our king and queen, and then we take the riches, and then we could be king and queen. This just me. This just what I'm thinking. Maybe I'm getting tapped in right now because this shit is opening me up. I'm excited about this one. So guess what? They give him the drop. Yo, our king and queen and his whole fucking family and lineage, take them. Not knowing that that is probably the great grandmama of Harriet Tubman, bitch. Yeah. You ain't know that though, okay? Didn't know that that was the great, 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 great grandpapa of Martin Luther King. Didn't know that this one, her seed is going to make it through all the fucked up situations in America and produce a Malcolm X and a Misha. I'm pretty successful. Shout out to my ancestors, bitch. I'm doing it. But anyway, this is what the results of a true Uncle Tom that thought maybe I can sell my own people and damn them, fuck them, they ain't shit, whatever. I'm going to keep the riches. But one thing God ain't going to do, God don't like ugly. He don't. See, you thought that you was going to sell your own people and your land was going to thrive. Baby, y'all been carrying a heavy ass curse for centuries for the shit that you've done. For the stunt you have pulled. You have been the culprit of a demise of a group of people. Millions of fucking people. And then you turn around and get on this platform. This platform, you talk shit as if we want to. I ain't even gonna say it because I want the babies to get this word. Like, we want to be like you. Baby, real niggas ain't never want to be like no motherfucking Uncle Tom, bitch. Never. One thing about it, you sent over a whole culture of people that don't mind boycotting some shit. Running away and getting our freedom the best way that we motherfucking can. Because, bitch, we said, oh, yeah, fuck that. We used to having our own way. And I might not see the day that I'm going to have my own way, but I'm going to fight because my babies, oh, they going to have their way. And we having it. We having it, big baby. We having it. Baby, let me tell you about African-American culture. We are most mimicked all over the world, baby. Want to be like us? We got white girls curling their edges, bitch. And let me just tap in on this. Because at the end of the day, this is what we gonna do. We gonna show you what y'all have, call yourself throwing away. Y'all throw away people that come together. Stand together. Baby, in order for us to be emancipated, it had to be so many people that stood their ground. Baby, you need to look up how we'll stand in the streets and we'll fucking protest about our shit. And we about to protest that African ass right now. Because it's well overdue and it's fucking deserved. We finna protest that ass. Bitch, and I ain't gonna call nobody no, Lord, let me stop. I done changed my life. What we gonna do? Since you don't wanna fuck with us, we not gonna fuck with you. But since we the ones that hold the gate, the keys, bitch, let me tell you something. Bitch, we hold the keys to where you wanna be. The very hell that you guys thought you was selling us off to. You wanna come to that hell, don't you? Cause it's nice over here, bitch. Yeah, we did that. You wanna come on over? We hold the keys. First thing that's gonna go is the braiding shop. I'm like a mama that's pissed off. I'm taking the PS5, bitch. The braiding shop gone. I don't want to see not now African American getting your hair braided up in that bitch. We definitely not finna give you no 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 900 or nothing. Nothing. If anything, you motherfuckers should feel honored that you guys have left such an impression that somebody in these centuries, how can I say this? Somebody did their job when it came to keeping the culture within African American cultures. The little that we do have, that we remember. But it's probably a reason that these cultures are being washed away from us. Because they was never fucking with us in the first place. So wash that ass away. Maybe it's time for us to create our own fucking shit we have. Grandmama did not pass down no fufu in a goosey. She passed down cornbread and got them collard greens. Yeah, fish fries, Sunday dinner. You know what I'm saying? It's time for us to go ahead and disconnect from this longing to be accepted by a group of people that ain't none but a whole bunch of Uncle Toms in the fucking flesh, bitch. Let this longing go to be a part of a culture that left you out there to fend for yourself and have nothing to show. But then when you came and you saw a way to become, how can I say this? Perfect example. The black sheep of the family turns into the goat. That just came to me. African Americans were the black sheep, the sold sheep, the sheep that was different. Keyword black sheep that turned into the fucking goat. And one thing about turning into the goat, everybody wants to follow the goat. Everybody wants to look like the goat. Everybody wants to claim that they're the reason why the goat is successful, when actually they was the ones that shitted on the goat. Shitted on a goat. Because they didn't know. Sometimes God would disguise us, the ones that were sold, disguise them as if they ain't shit. They're not like us. God would disguise those people to see how you gonna act. Don't think God ain't looking at this shit. Don't think. Y'all talking about voodoo and shit, bitch. We ain't scared no fucking voodoo. Bitch, if voodoo was so real, we'll still be in chains, bitch. Fucking with y'all. How much y'all hate us. We should be fucked up in chains. Don't think. Do not think. And one thing more before I get the fuck up off of here. New Orleans, don't apologize. You pay homage the best way you know how. And for you South Africans, West Africans, I don't fucking know. Because I'm not looking for your approval. I want you to understand that parade was not to mock anyone. It was not. It was not to mock a soul. What it was there for was to pay homage in the best way they knew how. Actually, the Zulu tribe themselves came out and danced at that parade at one point in time. And it was televised. You bitches thought it was an opportunity to shit on us again. But as a whole, African Americans, y'all been looking for a blessing. Because time somebody say that they better than somebody else, God got a way of blessing that ass to show you why you need to sit the fuck down. And to conclude this, another download just came to me. This ISIS shit is going on. At first, I was like, why y'all doing? I see. We're a little too lenient in America. Just letting any and everybody over here, bitch. This is a closed country club. Very exclusive. We paid our rights to be a part of the country club. Bitch, why are you here? I thought we were the ones that were not accepted.
I don't understand why Africans hate their own people. Like, just because we live in a different country doesn't make us any different than y'all. I mean, sure, our culture is different, but genetically, we're literally the same. And you want to know what's crazy? African people copy American culture, and black people want more of their culture. Like, really? We're literally going in separate directions, and that's what's dividing us. This stupid ignorance on both sides needs to stop. Like, it's honestly so dumb. I can't even believe I'm ranting about it on TikTok right now. Just love everyone. Understand both sides. It's that easy. And honestly, this is something I can rant about all day. If you guys are interested, follow me and let me know you want more.
So are Africans, African Americans, and black people the same? I don't know. Let's talk about it. So in my last video, I got a lot of people asking, aren't Africans black people? Yes, black is global. You can go to any continent, any country, black people live there. And please understand, I'm not trying to cause divide and division. I'm really trying to just create a discourse and conversation about what the difference is. So as I said before, I am first generation Nigerian and I have been here for a very, very long time. So I understand the dynamics between African American, and black all at the same time. So when you're from outside of America, and since we're talking about Africa, let me make it even more specific for you guys. I don't claim Africa as a nationality or as my ethnic group. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. I claim Nigerian. And I think that's like the difference between Africans and African Americans in this country. Africans, when you know where you come from, like that's what you're claiming. Like, I don't know what's going on in Mali, Sudan, South Africa, Morocco. Like, I know what's going on in Nigeria. So I claim Nigeria. So like African Americans have to claim all of Africa. And we get it. It's not you guys' fault. It was the colonizer. He came and snatched you guys and brought you over here to America. So you guys don't know exactly where you come from. So the reason why I don't claim all of Africa is because I'm from Nigeria. Even more specifically, I'm from Maiduguri. Maiduguri is in Borno State, which is all the way up north in northern Nigeria. And like even like more specific than that. Like, I'm Hausa. So yes, Hausa is a tribe, but even like more specific, I come from Margi people. So even though like I'm Hausa, I even know like my specific tribe. And so I get it. The average African American doesn't know where they come from. Like, I get it. You guys do the 23andMe and it tells you like bits and pieces from where you're from. But like, I know every inkling about my heritage. And so because of that, other Africans do the same. Like, they are proud from the country they come from. They're proud to be African, but they're not going to claim African. They're going to claim whatever country they come from, Niger, Ghana, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, wherever they are from. And the thing about blackness is, since I've been in this country, there are African Americans who don't want to be called African Americans. They want to be called black. And I've come to learn and respect that. However you want to choose to identify, we all have the right to do that. Before I am black, I am Nigerian. And that's what I claim first. But I do claim black. Like, y'all see this brown chocolate skin? Like, of course I'm black. And I would never deny my blackness. And Africans aren't denying their blackness. But the thing is that first generation especially, they know where they come from. So I feel like that's what the confusion and the mix-up is. We just know exactly where we came from, whereas you guys, it's broad. So I hope that makes some sense. Okay, bye.
Africans see African Americans as Africans. You're going to have people that say, oh, Africans don't see African Americans as Africans. They see us as foreigners. I've been to the African continent. I've lived on the African continent. I studied at the University of Johannesburg for an exchange program. One of the questions I was constantly asked was, where are you from? I'd say the United States. They would ask me, where are you really from? They're implying an African country. Because as a black American, when you are on the African continent, Africans don't know you're from the States until you start speaking. They assume you're just another African. So I would have to say a region in Africa because I'm not sure, because of the slave trade. But because we as African Americans, as well as Afro-Caribbeans and those in the diaspora, are black, we blend in. This is why I don't like this whole African versus African Americans versus Afro-Caribbean. Y'all acting like if we dropped y'all in Nigeria, if we dropped y'all in Haiti, if we dropped y'all in the Bahamas, that they finna know you from the States. Yeah, when you start talking, they're gonna know, okay, he has an accent, where is he from? But until that point is asked, you just another African person walking around in the society. Just like you got this debate between African American culture, Afro-Caribbean culture, and African. Like we don't exchange from one another. Like you a black American ain't African, but you eating yams and okra all the time. You an African who said we ain't got no connection with African Americans, but you listening to hip hop and Afrobeat. You say you ain't Afro-Caribbean, but some of your ancestors come from the Barbados and Haiti, Jamaica, and the Bahamas. Well, Jabari, we weren't born there. We aren't from there. They're gonna know we're different. Yeah, just like a black person from Mississippi is different from a black person in Ohio. A black person from the Bronx is different from a black person who's from LA. A black person from Enugu is different from a black person in Kano. A black person from Johannesburg is different from a black person from Cape Town. Quit the unnecessary divisions. Africans see African Americans as well as other members of the diaspora as Africans. That don't mean it's kumbaya. It means we are part of the African family, whether or not you live on the continent or abroad. I will go even further and say African American, along with Afro-Caribbean and Afro-Latino culture, all are part of African culture. They are subsets unique to their own circumstances. And y'all can rep your culture. Because that's what makes African culture special.
Why do Africans and Black Americans look so different? The answer might be linked to Europe. Black people make up over 12% of the US, forming the second largest ethnic group of the country. They may descend from sub-Saharan Africans, but there is a reason why they differ from them. The first African slaves arrived in the 16th century. Those people were mostly from West and Central Africa. That marked the beginning of Black history in the US. So what makes African Americans so special? Black Americans have European admixture, ranging from 15 to 30% on average. This ancestry is of mostly British British origin, and it had an impact on their physical appearance. Black Americans have a wider range of skin colors, with the average being lighter than West Africans. A small minority can also have green or blue eyes, depending on their level of European DNA.
Black versus African, is there really a difference? In short, no. And it's funny because a lot of people these days are saying, you know, we're Black Americans, or calling themselves Black American as opposed to African American, as if there's really a difference. When really the terms Black and African are synonymous. In fact, there's someone you can look up, Kwame Ture, formerly known as Stokely Carmichael, popularized the term Black in the 1960s when he said we want Black power. So instead of our people calling themselves Negroes, they call themselves Black. And of course, James Brown got a hold of it, the grassroots, of course, and made the song I'm Black and I'm Proud. And suddenly we call ourselves Black instead of Negro. But there's really no difference between Black and African. And in fact, the person that popularized the term, Stokely, Kwame Ture, formerly known as Stokely Carmichael, was a Pan-Africanist, socialist, some would even say Black nationalist, but he popularized the term Black, and this is not a